Good news, little cactus. I saved a semi-religious dog from a series of pirate penguins. It was a very strange day.
Little puppy?
Yep. I mean, I feel like the dog is completely unrelated to the whole religion thing. I think he's just a dog, really.
Puppy, 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 puppy.
Salvation through labor! Where's Putty?
Today I heard about a scary macho man who's trying to find his doggy. I like doggies' pointy noses and their wagging tails. Doggies are so much cuter than macho men.
Yeah, macho men aren't typically known for being cute, but manly. Hello everyone, I am the MoeChicken and welcome back to more Legend of Mana. Today we will finally learn how to make weapons. Yes! So first we will go over here. First we will go to our workshop area where someone will have, as you can see, built us a new workshop. Do you see the anvil? It's over there. I just finished making the blacksmith you asked for. Bah! Youngsters these days don't know the meaning of gratitude. Eh? You never asked me. Well, great Scott! So what did I... Oh, now I get it. I just got so caught up in building the smithy I forgot I came to say thank you. Please forget what I said. Don't hate me. I'll tell you to make weapons. I have a heart. Right, first come on in. Alright, what? Path of the Blacksmith. Yeah, alright. That's it. You got it. It's on an hammer. The right hit makes the right sound. It's on an hammer. Keep doing that for about 1,000,000 times. You'll be a right craftsman. Yeah, alright. That's the spirit. Give it 1,000,000 strikes. Ask a question. What am I doing? It's the same for both weapons and armor. Choose the materials and forge them with the hammer. However, the basic material powers decided by the materials, not your hammering skill. You need to work on your hammer skills. 1,000,000 strikes. Tell me more things. Altering. To make alterations, you first choose an item. It may affect the ability bonuses and the elemental property levels, depending on the mystic powers contained therein. That all depends on the item, not your blacksmithing. You need to work on your hammer skills. 1,000,000 strikes. Yeah, alright. General tips? Choosing materials. The effect that the materials have is really quite simple. You can tell by looking at the various statistics after you forge something. It'll come naturally after making a few pieces. It won't. You can't change the materials using material properties using your hammer, I'm afraid. You need to work on your hammer skills. 1,000,000 strikes. More, please. Effects of altering? Making alterations will change statistics depending on what item you use. It's like increasing attack power or changing elemental property levels. Although you can't always tell what the effect is right away. You keep altering a piece, you'll start to see the difference. It just doesn't matter how many times it's been tempered. I need to work on your hammer skills. Yeah, alright. More, please. So, I will say this. What you're seeing now is the woefully inadequate explanation that the game gives you on how to temper. Tempering in this game is crazy complicated. But this is all they tell you, pretty much. Their skill changes occur throughout the altering, and mystic powers are the embodiment of them changes. When the energy of those changes becomes strong enough, the energy of change can be brought about. And then it affects the piece's abilities and parameters. But it won't work just by hitting it with your hammer. Am I done? Good job. I was lying about the 1,000,000 strikes. When I was a lad, my master trained me like that too. Now you're able to make any kind of weapon or armor. But you need materials. As you're just starting out, I'll give you this. Oh, thank you. Well, I'll be going then. Good luck to you. Did I give you materials for weapons and armor? I thought I brought some to give you, seeing as you're just starting out. If you say no you didn't, he'll actually give it to you again. But that's mean. Oh, I did then, eh? I forgot. Alright then, keep it up and you'll be a fine blacksmith. Bye. I mean, you're not rewarded at all for being honest, but there you go. Alright, so before I end this episode, I want to make a simple piece. Now, I've been waiting to do this mission because I wanted to have access to this, because I want to do, like, I'm probably sometime after this episode comes out, whenever it comes out, I want to do a stream where I talk more about tempering and like how to make stuff and like show you what's involved with improving things, but for now I'll just kind of make something simple. So let's finally make our first piece of equipment. Should I make armor or a weapon? What have I got right now? I'm actually going pretty well with these gloves. Let's see. So the first thing you need to do, well, I'll get in there. So the first thing you do when you're trying to make anything is you have to decide on the initial equipment, or the initial item, or material that you're going to make it out. So you start by deciding what you want to make. Let's make... I haven't used knives yet, have I? Actually, I'm kind of digging gloves, so let's stick with gloves. So then, after you decide your weapon type, you then decide what you're going to make it out of. There are a variety of different materials, and each one has different parameters. When I say parameters, I refer to how different weapons will react in terms of like their attack power, their technical power, stuff like that. It also relates to how they acquire elemental abilities, because each weapon has like stats relating to the 8 elements. It's very complicated, and again, I'll probably explain this better on a stream whenever I do that. But for right now, let's make, what's good for gloves? Let's make some steel-enforced gloves, so steel-reinforced gloves. So we choose our steel, and then we make the gloves. There we go, Gran's glove. All right, so now I've got that. I will show you what the parameters are. All right, so you go to your items, or you go to your weapons rather, and you take a look. Go down here. It's not very strong apparently. Status. So it has an overall attack power 17, which is a combination of the various of the weapon's attack power plus any boosts that might show up here. And you can see all of the essence levels are 0. Also down here, you can see these 3 slots for Mystic Powers. The way you add Mystic Powers... Oh, and you also see the plunge attacks, thrust, uppercut, and jump. All of these things can be affected by tempering. So once you make the weapon, you then go in and you can temper the weapon. And tempering is basically the process of hammering random objects into your weapon in the hopes that things will get better. Every single item in the game that's not a basic material can be used. So like rocks, feathers, oil, acid, electricity, stinky breath, rust. You can hammer rust into something and hope it gets better. Gold, silver, seeds, vegetables, anything. And they all have their own stats and improvements and how they work with things. The tempering is so complicated, and the game tells you none of this. You're just supposed to figure it out. But let's see. So with gloves, what do I want to do? So let's try and we're going to add some gin to it. So I'm going to hammer in this piece of silver. I'm going to go out, and we're going to check it again. Or no, I'll hammer in 2 pieces of silver. You can see it's already a little bit stronger. That's because the elemental effect has already showed up. Let's do it. Let's do gin and gin. Let's do 2 gin. Just 2 gin, make it simple. There we go. Blomp, 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 blomp. Done. Gran's glove. Awesome. Let's see. What's these? Equip. No. Can't you just look at this? No. Doggone it. I want to look at the status of it. This is more difficult than it should be. Status. Okay, so first of all, you can see it now has a Gin Essence marker. That's because Gin is over 3, I believe. Or over 1. It's better than 1. So you can see we now have a level 2 Gin Essence. Also, you can see we have 1 Mystic Power now.
you also see that my technical has increased. That is Jin's associated. Each one of these is associated with one of these. So with Jin, having a higher Jin level will increase the power of your technical. I know this probably sounds like a lot. It is. It's a ton of information. It's one of the most interesting things about this game, but it's also super arcane and hard to understand. I'm trying my best to explain it. So you can see Jin's here. Right now, there's actually 2 Jin cards in here because there's an invisible slot above this, and you have to know all this because all of this is important. So if I were to hammer anything into this again, it would push that. Think of it like pushing slots down. So like when something is added at the top, it pushes something down. So if I were to add in another Jin, it would push this Jin down to here and push the Jin that you can't see into its place. And by doing that, you can add essences, you can add skills, you can add plunge attacks, you can add a lot of stuff. And it's very complicated. It's very arcane, but it's fascinating. It's a very interesting thing to do. So, let's see. What do I have right now? Do I have enough to make anything really compelling? No, not really. I really don't have that many items yet. Do I have bumpkins? No, do I have bumpkins? Do I have bumpkins? Bumpkins? I don't appear to have bumpkins. No, I don't. Okay, well, yeah, unfortunately, that's probably all I'm going to be able to do for now about... Well, I'll make some armor, too. Armor works pretty much the same, except it's a little bit different in the sense that they don't show you... It's not as apparent when an item gets better as it is with weapons. So with weapons, they show you through the attack power, but with the armor, it's a bit more nebulous. Let's see. I'm going to make a mantle. I will make it out of lizard scales. Yeah. Okay. I'll make it a gator skin. Yeah. Gator skin mantle. It's like a vampire hood or something. So now I can alter the armor. And you'll note, it's not terribly powerful, but I do have it. Gator mantle. Let me make it... I'll hammer some Dryad silver into it. Dank, 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 dank. There we go. And I bet it's still going to be 6. Yeah. The reason for that is that elemental defenses are not calculated as part of the overall defense of the item. And unlike weapons, where the attack power is augmented by any, like the technical increase, and so it displays it. It doesn't show that here, so it actually is better than it was a minute ago by adding something in. It's just not immediately obvious. I'm sure that this is all a lot of information. It is a lot of information. Like, when I stream this, I'll show you, like, my spreadsheets. I'll show you the information I've used. I'll really go into this when I stream this. But, because it's crazy complicated, but so interesting and so in-depth, and it's really what has kept me... It's what kept me loving this game for as many years as I played it. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm a Gator Mantle now. And you can see it's got special defense against aura. That's because it has at least a level 2 Dryad. Something else I should explain. Information overload. I know, and I apologize. These essence levels, to make things more complicated, you can't just throw them whenever you want, because there's this concept of consumption in this game. Various elements are actually opposed to each other. So for example, light and dark, if you add in a bunch of wisp, and then you put in some shade, the shade will actually consume the wisp, and so the shade will go, the wisp will go down, the shade will go up. Same thing with aura, and so, let's see, let me check, let's see. So the same thing is true of... So these two are opposed to each other. Dryad and Aura are opposed to each other. That's why adding in Dryad gives us an aura defense. And I think it's Salamander consumes Gnome, consumes Djinn, consumes Undyne, consumes Salamander. So this is a loop. So if you don't know any of this, you will be so frustrated as to why adding in, like, oh, I added in some Gnome and then my Salamander went up. It's like stuff like that would be so confusing, but it's deep and it's interesting and it allows you to make useful equipment. So I'll stop there. Again, I know I probably sound like, and this probably sounds like, why would you ever bother with this? It's insane. This sounds like it's such a pain in the butt. It is. Yeah. But it's fun. It's like getting really into the alchemy system in an Atelier game. It's like, if you let yourself get into it, it's so interesting. And it's not necessary. You can beat the game without doing any of this if you want to. But I think it's worth it. So that'll be it for this episode. Hopefully this wasn't too painful to listen to. I know it was a lot, but I liked it, and I've been waiting for this for a while. So, yay! I am the MoeChicken. This is Legend of Mana. Thanks for stopping by. Also, I'm a blacksmith now. Yes!